Hi, this is Marie from Creations Papercraft. This is a journal that I made last fall, and it is a representative of the ship's log or an individual diary of someone on a journey to the Arctic to find out more about the animals and the climate. For me, it's scary because it's a small boat traveling where there's lots of ice floes, and there's a relatively small crew that you have to get along with for months to perhaps years at a time. I hope you enjoy this journal. Thanks. The paper in this album journal was purchased from VectoriaDesigns. It explores a polar expedition in the middle of winter. The time frame was when sailing ships were still quite common. One of the things you'll see is the aurora borealis. And I think about a journey like that. A relatively small ship, relatively small crew, and it would be a long time for them to get to the North Pole and explore. And because there's some penguins in there, they must have headed south just a little bit, way south. And can you imagine being gone for 6 months to a year at a time, spending all that time on a small sailing ship? Perhaps you have seen one of the tall ships in your area if you live near the water. I live in Michigan, and we're very close to both Lake Huron and Lake Erie. You look at that, it isn't a very big ship. All the pockets come with journal cards and perhaps extra decorations for you that you can add to personalize this journal. There's plenty of room for photos and or both. Let's try that again. There's plenty of room for journaling and or photos. You should be able to put a 4x6 in any of these pages easily, but a page like this, you would have to cut part of it off unless you wanted to cover some of the decorations. The plain paper is handmade. I buy it like that. Wish I could say I did it myself. Now, one of the things you will find in the pockets are words. And you can cut the words out yourself and paste them on directly with white glue or double-sided tape or glue stick. Or you can glue them onto one of the many labels that comes with this book. That's what was in that front envelope, mostly labels. And you can see that there is room to write on the back of most of these journal cards. Some of them are kind of small. You could use those for bookmarks. You could also, while you're going through the book, use the fasteners as a bookmark. Something like that. Sorry, reposition. It's getting away from me. I should have made this into 2 books instead of leaving it as one. But you know, hindsight is much better than foresight. Now this might be a place to cut out headshots from your photos and stick them around in here. Or anything else. Or maybe put thoughts of the day in each oval. I've used some stickers to add a little decoration. There are more stickers. Peel-and sticks that you can add even more decorations. Perhaps over your writing or your photographs. This is quite a thick book, 2.5 inches at the outer edge. It has what they call alligator mouth because it's wider at one side than the other. I'm not particularly fond of triangle pockets. The things inside it tend to fall out as you go through. That's why there's paper clips in it. But I felt I was short of time to get this done. So rather than spend extra time making my own pockets, I just used the pockets that came with the paper. I have included photo corners and a pen for your journaling, all in a blue shade. And I will show you how I close the book. There are probably other ways to do it. I take the end of the rawhide strip and put it through the loop and then I slip the end underneath both loops together, and it ends up twisting and it seems to hold pretty well. Thanks for watching.